Buckle shot. Check the feed. All right.
Yeah.
All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, once again, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Racha, Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well. Salutations to the sincere, hopeful elect Akim. That push the word of Yahweh Shem Shai in spirit and in truth. My Rabbi, a lot, that's to say 144,000. All right, brothers striving to receive that crown of glory, to receive salvation. And one way in which the elect will receive salvation in the crown of glory is by not taking that M.O.T.B. All right, as you can see, the title is the judgment for taking the M.O.T.B., which we can see that pertaining to everything in the news, especially with RFK, yeah, we got so-called 4th of July coming up too, in a couple days.
Friday.
Yeah.
This Friday, that's going to be coming up.
With RFK saying that he, within 4 years, he wants the American populace to be rocking a wearable, which we know Esau's not going to stop there, because Esau by nature is a very intrusive being, and so that wearable is going to become subdermal, right, going under the skin, which is going to be the mark of the beast, all right. And for decades, starting with the apostles, they've been warning of these things, so that way us as Israelites are not caught off guard when we see these things coming to pass, because could you imagine just being in the world and not knowing anything about the mark of the beast, and then
Being lost in the sauce.
yeah, and then some COVID-19 type pandemic happens to where they make that mandatory, without preparation, mental preparation, or you could end up falling weak and getting that, right. not knowing anything pertaining to the M.O.T.B. Via prophecy, and so that's why having knowledge of the mysteries of Yahweh Shem Shai, in particular with this mark of the beast, is an advantage, man. As the scriptures say in Corinthians, what's that? 2 Corinthians 2:11.
Yeah.
Where you're not.
Satan's devices.
Yeah. Let me grab that real quick. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. And it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. All right. And literally, hey, somebody look that word devices up, Baba Kashah, just to see what that says. All right, because the M.O.T.B., the actual microchip, that's a device. That's the ultimate device that you should not be ignorant of.
It's
all right,
a literal device.
A literal device. You know what I'm saying? But let me know when brothers, when whoever got that. But somebody grab you got that?
Yep.
Oh, go ahead. Somebody grab Revelation 3:10.
This is the dictionary definition for device: a thing made or adapted for a particular purpose.
Do you have Adam online?
Yeah.
Yeah, finish with that definition though.
Okay.
And then grab Adam online.
A thing made or adapted for a particular purpose, especially a piece of mechanical or electrical equipment.
Hold on, read that again. Bro.
Electronic equipment.
Read that again.
A thing made or adapted for a particular purpose.
All right, so you got a wearable, right? You got they already got the chips, but the wearable is gonna go from something that's what you wear like a watch or something, or a patch, and it's gonna be read that again.
Adapted.
Adapted.
A thing or
adapted. It's gonna
for
be,
a particular.
it's made, it's wearable, it's made, but it's gonna be adapted to going underneath your skin for the purpose of what? Go ahead.
For a particular purpose. Being
Yeah, be tracked, surveilled,
yeah,
ultimately killed off.
Esau becoming God.
Yeah,
Everything you do.
yeah,
A piece of mechanical or electronic equipment.
yep. So literally, Esau's trying to turn you. He's trying to have you become a host for electronic equipment. That's why he's moving to where everything is on some cyborg transhumanism
Yep.
BS.
That's his next step is to like the brother said, transhuman. You know what I'm saying? To add machine and the biological person together.
Right.
Yeah. The next industrial revolution.
And those chips, the information those chips can gather is astounding, man. I remember back, former job that I had, there was these one little chips that they use on bridges, so that way the bridge would know if there's a car on it. But it's this small little chip that gets placed on it. You got to think about the whole span of a bridge, but it can measure. The deflection that it can measure. That minute small deflection was enough for it to accurately read what type of vehicle. How heavy it was, all that on the bridge, man. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So like this technology that they're developing to go under your skin, it's going to be able to tell your heart rate. It's going to be able to tell if your blood pressure's up. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be able to tell if something adverse, if you're just chilling or if you're moving about. It's going to know that. On top of knowing the location where you're at, what all you've been spending, what other devices you've been around, if you was on your computer or your phone, or
What ailments you had.
all that. It's going to all
Gathering data.
Yep.
And to put you in this particular category, to keep a pin on you, that like that show Big Brother that watches everybody in the house. This is what Esau want to do. Just watches your every move, your every existence, every breath you take, every step you make.
Every breath you take.
Esau want to be there.
It's gonna know if you're getting down, if you're on the toilet. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna know.
Hey,
it's gonna know everything you got going on.
That's what RFK said. He said, you can know how much your glucose levels, if you got diabetes and you trying to lose weight, and you can monitor how much that's ridiculous, man.
Ridiculous.
If you need that to lose weight or become healthy, if you need a microchip to be healthy, you don't need to be on planet Earth.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? There's no discipline there, So that shit is it's just it's intrusive. Just the origin and or the just at the base, at the core of it is just intrusive. It's Esau intruding into just how he did with the Maccabees and dealing with the land of Israel during the time of the Hasmoneans and Maccabees. Esau always wanted to infringe upon territory that wasn't his. And in this time, literally Esau wants his so-called miracle to be embedded within you, to where his spirit is inside of you,
He want to connect everything to the Internet of Things.
The Internet of Bodies.
Yeah, he said Thomas Wheeler, I think his name was. He was an ex-information top head of information or technologies for the government. He said that there's going to be hundreds of billions of microchips, and he said if it can be connected to the internet, it will be. And that was a few years ago he quoted that. The second definition for the dictionary is, check this out, a plan, a method, or trick with a particular aim. Device.
Hey, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. It said a plan or trick with a particular aim, which is to control everything. Esau's aim with the mark of the beast is complete and utter control. As brothers illustrated, various examples, wanting to know what's going on in your body, wanting to know, your heart rate levels, and even though the apostle was talking about, I believe Apostle Tahar was going into how Apostle Gabar had bought him a Fitbit watch, but he didn't wear it because of the radiation levels emitting from it. And that's crazy because someone I knew had a Fitbit watch, and one of them Apple watches, and I used to just think to myself like, you getting not you, bro. It's like, I used to think like, man, you getting radiated. I was just thinking like that's just radiation pumping onto you. You know what I'm saying? But like the M.O.T.B is gonna be on a whole nother level because it's gonna be highly affected by the 6G towers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that's another thing too, because we did some research on how much radiation is emitted from one of those microchips. And from what I had seen, it was saying that it emits the same amount of radiation for one of those, for like a radio, like a radio waves or something like that.
Mhm.
You know, but with the 6G towers and all that, 5G and 6G and the next generation of whatever towers that is going to be present when they hit that switch and really start amping up the radiation levels, man. Anybody with that chip is gonna be fucked up. That's that cancer is gonna come about.
What was that movie? Kingsman.
Oh yeah, with Samuel L.
With
Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson.
And they got
And
microchips.
everybody was chipped up, and then they put that frequency, and everybody just
The head
slapped
blew up.
stupid, man. You know.
At the end, the heads pop.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to watch that movie again. It's been a
me
minute
too.
since I watched that shit.
Yeah. Like, they can say that now because not everything's connected to that mug, and it's not on a mass scale. They're not, like you said, pumping out the full capability of Wi-Fi technology, which is microwavable energy.
Yeah.
When everybody and everything has to be connected to that, to your TV, every electronic in your home, you can't have it unless it has one. That's gonna be putting out major
Look
energy.
at the Golden Dome that he's trying to build, or he's talking about building.
Right.
Not only that, the big beautiful bill. And when you look into that bill, it's a lot of AI. It's a lot of money going to the military defense, which the military defense is. He gave it 150 billion for ICE. So with Palantir, who's a tracking or it's a surveillance, pretty much data collecting company, one of the biggest companies in America, as far as tech giant, they're going to use that company, to pretty much use their technology to surveil a lot of stuff.
You also just had, this was a major thing. I can't believe I haven't done a video on this yet, but the tech companies, all the major tech companies, CEOs and heads of their companies just became colonels of the U.S. military.
Yeah, there you go.
Lieutenant colonels.
Lieutenant colonels.
Which,
and-
a
It
lieutenant
takes
colonel.
2 decades to get that.
A lieutenant colonel is a high up rank, man. Right? A lieutenant colonel, because you think about just a captain. A captain will be in charge of an entire company.
Yeah,
You can't even go
Which a
to
company would
college.
have multiple platoons.
You can't go to college, finish college, and then go to the army as a lieutenant colonel.
Oh no!
No,
you
you
start off
come in
as a
as a
butterball lieutenant. You know what I'm saying? Just a second lieutenant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got to work your way up. But that's like the brother said. That takes like, if you go to college and then enter into the military as a lieutenant, it'll take you around like 15 years to make it up to around that. You know what I'm saying? That's with you actually being on it and getting promotions and everything. You know what I'm saying? It'll take you around like 15 years to make that rank.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's about how long my mom's son has been in, and he's some type of sergeant, master sergeant, or
Okay.
Yeah, he's a NCO.
But that's NCO.
he's like head. He works at the Pentagon and shit.
Lieutenant colonels, the only way they can get out of the military is either by dying or they have to get released. Congress has to release them.
Right. They have to be voted out.
Right.
Yeah.
They're high up there.
Man.
That's not a baby rank.
That's
You know what I
crazy.
mean? So for these individuals who their whole background is not military, it's not tactics or anything like that. Their whole background is developing a tech company.
Yep.
in running a tech company, for them to be placed at a high level within the military, to be in charge of troops. A lieutenant colonel can walk up to any troop and, you know what I'm saying?
Take control.
Like, complete, you have to obey this motherfucker. That's insubordination.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Look at Kill
Let's go,
Gates.
champ.
Kill Gates ain't got nothing to do with the medical field, but because that motherfucker is got tech and got that Microsoft,
And that money.
he's in charge of the vaccinations.
Because really that vaccine was not, it was technology,
Yep.
mRNA technology.
That's why it was patented.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that shit has self-assembling nanobots in that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's in charge of that shit, because it's fucking it's tech. That's your body's being fused with.
That's crazy.
And he was able to kill all them motherfuckers in Africa, so they're like, shit, you perfect for this. If you can use the vaccines to kill them motherfuckers down there and in Africa, you could definitely do what we need to do here.
That's why it's powerful. What's that? Isaiah the 33rd chapter talking about how wisdom and knowledge is going to be. I don't know if I can grab that.
Yeah.
Wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of our times, man. You know, because we was going into how we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Well, the Lord actually blessed us with information to where we know what to look out for. Because we could be in that scenario. You know, you don't know nothing about the scriptures. You ain't never heard nothing about the M.O.T.B. Anytime you ever heard about anything like that, you always thought it was just crazy talking and cast it out. So now when they're offering this microchip to you, you're gonna be like, yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah,
You know what
it's
I'm
the
saying?
way of the land.
It's a new way.
It's an upgrade for my cell phone. Yeah, I know. You know.
Plus they giving me money, and
Right.
I don't have to, worry about this and worry about that. And this is
Did you get?
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
From the
Yeah,
etymology.
and then read that, and then let's just brother read that.
Yep. All right, this is a device. It's a noun according to the online etymology dictionary from circa 1300. Device, intent, desire, an expressed intent or desire, a plan or design, a literary composition, Old French devis, division, separation, disposition, wish, desire.
If you take that, you're gonna be separated from Yahweh Shem Shah.
Yeah, they need that separation to be able to tell who's who and who's doing what. And
Yeah, because you're gonna be separated. Like you take that M.O.T.B, you're gonna be like stuck on the grid, so to say. You know what I'm saying? Like you're part of the game, so to say. Because this is all one big game to Esau. But
yeah,
It's in the game.
it's in the game.
like the Matrix.
You know?
Yeah. Wish, desire, coat of arms, emblem, a bequest in a will, act of bequeathing, deviser, arrange, plan, contrive, dispose in portions, to divide.
Yeah, divide. You know, because hey, really, what has to be divided? You know, on a certain level, your flesh is. In order for that chip to go into you, there's 2 points of your flesh that has to be divided. You know, via that syringe. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you're gonna be separated as an Israelite. You'll be separated from the Spirit of the Lord, man, and left here to receive the punishment of that judgment, which is what we're gonna get into. Oh, go ahead, Thalo.
This is Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
You can break down.
Yeah, I mean, I just say straightforward. You know, we have information that will allow us to be able to make it through the trouble that's ahead of us. You know, and only those that are actually being privy to the information and taking it serious is going to be able to live by that to make it through. You know, a lot of individuals are just going to just follow along with the crowd, and they don't really understand the evil that they're putting upon themselves. Because you think about having an antenna and then getting an antenna amplifier. even if you have the old antenna, that amplifier is going to overpower it because that's what it's supposed to do. That's what that chip's going to do. Is it's going to overpower the frequency that the Heavenly Father uses to communicate with you.
Hey, somebody look up the body's natural frequency. What's the hertz or gigahertz, megahertz, or whatever hertz? Or,
What is the body of man?
yeah. Because that chip is, if think about it, man, you lay next to your laptop at night and you start feeling like, oh man, I gotta get this. The other day, man, I think it was Saturday night, man, I was laying in the bed and my laptop was right there, my phone was by me, and I was like, I just felt that energy. I was like, man, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. So I had to throw the laptop on the floor, like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Put my phone on the floor, like, too much, the frequency is too much, you know?
Cook you like the microwave.
It will.
Slowly
Shit, when
but
you got your
surely,
phone in
man.
your pocket.
It will. Hey, my phone be getting hot in my pocket,
Yeah.
man.
Mhm. You can feel that.
I take it out. I take it out my pocket whenever I can.
Put it across the room.
Shit, my hand be tingling sometimes if I hold my phone for too long. I be like, oh man, I gotta
Only-
put this mug down.
Only time my phone is always on my person is when I'm out of the house. You see what I'm saying? Anytime I'm at
Right.
home, that thing is sitting. It's sitting on the desk somewhere. It's sitting maybe in the same room, but it ain't actually. You know what I'm saying? I don't got it on my person. Not like how it is like at work. Obviously, you ain't gonna just leave your phone anywhere. Not in the job I got.
Gotta train yourself to turn that link on so you can hear if it rings or
Right
something.
now, yeah, I be having the Bluetooth in because I'll be listening to videos and stuff like that. So that way I know when it's going off. Because other than that, I would never know my phone. Fucking going
See,
off.
and I'm the dummy that still ain't even got no decent headphones. I still got the string on my headphones because of the radiation.
So I typed into Google natural frequency of the human body, and this is the AI overview. It says the human body has several natural frequencies, but a common one for the whole body, especially in standing or sitting positions, is around 5 to 8 hertz. However, different parts of the body resonate at different frequencies, with the head, for example, having a resonant frequency between 8 to 12 hertz, according to a study on vibration characteristics.
And that makes sense because that's where your pineal is, with your spirit is in your pineal gland. So, you know, your spirit is raw energy itself. So that makes sense that you know, the hertz emitting from your head is higher.
It says, here's a more detailed breakdown. The whole body's fundamental resonant frequency is generally considered to be around 5 hertz. However, some research suggests it can be closer to 10 hertz, particularly when using indirect methods. Specific body parts, the head is 8 to 12 hertz. The body torso is 7 to 13 hertz. And then thoracic cavity, is that right? Thoracic.
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 Hold on, what is it?
Thoracic.
So, like,
I don't know if that has to do with
Thoracic.
thyroid.
Thoracic.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Thoracic cavity is 4 to 6 hertz.
Could be wrong though.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's pretty much the point of what we wanted from that.
And
I'm about to Google that.
look
Thoracic.
look up the hertz for the chip again.
Oh yeah, it says thoracic is related to the thorax.
Thorax.
Oh, the thorax.
The chips hertz
Yeah.
is
But real quick, somebody read that.
around. It says this is inside of deep sea.
Revelation 3 and 2.
Yeah, let's just better read that. Real quick.
This is inside of DSEEK, a portion inside of here where it says non-ionizing radiation. It says RFID chips operate at low frequencies, usually 125 kilohertz or 13.56 megahertz.
What was the hertz scale for the other John?
5
5 to 10.
5 to 10.
Which is hertz or
Yeah, hertz
Hertz.
itself.
yeah
So kilohertz is going to be
smaller?
kilohertz is going to be smaller, but then it's saying
But the amount
it's saying
might.
125 kilohertz or 13.56 megahertz.
Golly, bro.
That's the megahertz is a big number.
It's alarming.
The kilohertz is a smaller number,
Yeah.
right? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's where that sword gonna kick in.
Mm-hmm.
Crank that bitch up.
Okay.
So go ahead with that Revelation 3:10.
This Revelation 3 and verse 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Right, that hour of temptation being Jacob's trouble, and what's going to be a focal point of Jacob's trouble is, getting Jacob microchip. That's one of the reasonings behind Jacob's trouble. For Esau is going for the gusto. We're gonna round them all up and give them the ultimatum. Comply or die, pretty much. All right, but fearing the Lord and keeping the word of His patience, and the Lord is gonna keep brothers from that hour of temptation. Now you might end up even being faced with death if we're not taking that. Hey, you gotta gladly accept that. That's part of your trial. You know what I'm saying? You gotta gladly accept that that's a trial that the Lord is gonna put you through if you end up in that situation. But that's why grab that in Romans 8. Nothing separates from the love of the Most High.
Yeah, Romans the 8th chapter towards
Towards
the
the
end
end.
of the chapter.
Can I grab this quick precept just to go with this?
Yep.
All right, this is 2 Peter 3:9, or excuse me, 2:9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations,
There you go.
and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished.
Yeah.
Yeah, so He knows,
Start at 35.
those that He gave the thawah and that exemption from judgment, and He also knows those that He's reserving for that day of punishment. And that's a day that's not going to be like any other day of judgment.
Something that I was going into on the sit down that I did earlier today was pretty much if there's a comfort with knowing that everything's in the hands of the Heavenly Father, the light and the darkness. There's a comfort with that because whatever comes across your plate, the Heavenly Father has put that there, and you can make it through it. You see what I'm saying? And this goes along also with us speaking about how wisdom and knowledge is the stability of our tongue. Man, we know that the Lord's going to present this temptation, so we can mentally be prepared to fight against that to a certain degree. Now, how extreme everything's going to get, we don't know, but we do know that if you're expecting that surprise attack, it's not a surprise anymore. You know what I'm saying? If you've been through the carnival rides where they do the scare house or whatever, and you're expecting that, okay, as soon as I turn this corner, the motherfucker's gonna pop out, right? Because you've been through it again. It ain't scary no more.
Right.
Scary movie the second time you watch it ain't scary like how it was the first time, because you've already experienced the jump scare. We know the jump scare Esau is about to try to pull on the world, so it's not gonna affect us in that same way if we're using the proper wisdom, knowledge, and understanding with Yahweh Shemi Shai.
Got a quick reader back here. This is Matthew 10 and verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which are able to destroy both soul and body in hell. And that's Esau Edom, because like you said, he's gonna come with the persecution for the ones that don't want to take it, and it's gonna if you're a martyr, you're gonna have to be put to death for it, and that guillotine, and starving to death and things like that might be in your lot, so, but the Lord is the one that can kill the body and the soul, so
Yeah,
you shouldn't worry about the body itself.
Yeah, the Lord can have you in a jacked up body. He can give you
give you that
Stephen Hawkins treatment.
the dude that
Went to the chiropractor.
Every Monday we out here.
Oh yeah,
Give you
that
one
guy.
He'll be here in a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're gonna tell him.
Oompa.
They're gonna be like, "Hey, we can stop you from doing all of that."
We can stop that hobble.
We can make you grow. We can increase your height, your stature. No, there was a dude who I think Elder Warmer posted him on the updates, but it was some Edomite that went to a chiropractor and they fucked him up to the point to where that motherfucker paralyzed. He on some Stephen Hawking shit. In a wheelchair, looking just
From
you know
going to the
from going.
chiropractor?
They did
Oh, I seen
something
that.
and
I seen that. Did you send that
paralyzed
in the
him.
chat?
I think I did.
Because I seen that. I seen
Yeah.
that there's
It's
going to the
like,
chiropractor and they
damn.
fucked him up.
Yeah. So, but the Lord can do that. He can destroy. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine? It's one thing.
Droopy face.
It's one thing to you was born like that, so that's all you know.
Right.
But could you imagine living half your life normal, and then one day you just fuck everything on. Your good job is gone. You know what I'm saying?
Your woman
your
leaving.
woman leave you. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta move out of your fancy home into a assisted living.
Yeah. You know, your family forsaken desert you because they don't want to take care of you.
Damn.
You know, that's a living
I see
hell.
that all
Yeah.
I see that all
Hey,
the time.
because your mama still got a life to live.
Yeah.
I'm
She's
depressed.
still out there thotting. You know?
Can't move no
At
limbs,
62.
No.
Yeah.
Right. Nobody comes see me. Nobody comes. Yeah.
Damn.
That's
You your only friends.
damn. That's sad, yo. That's very sad.
Well, nah, your only friend is the chat bot, you know,
Yeah,
that you talk to on your phone,
Yeah.
Gemini.
Your chatbot
Damn.
girlfriend that convinced you to commit suicide and shit.
Oh, yeah. Being
It'll be better
Daenerys
for you.
Targaryen and shit.
Come with me. I'm waiting for you, my
Right,
kid.
I'm waiting for you, my
On the
kid.
other side.
Come to a higher consciousness.
Welcome to Valhalla. So, let's get back to that Romans. Start at 35. 8 and
Romans chapter
35.
8. Okay, this is Romans chapter 8, verse 30. Starting at verse 35, it says, "Who shall separate us from the love of Yahushua? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword?"
Yeah, because you can end up having to face those type of conditions just listed when this thing all goes down, man. You know, not pretty much living not being on the grid. You know what I'm saying? Not taking that shit, so you can't go to the store like normal, so-called normal people. You know what I'm saying? Depending solely on the spirit. You know what I'm saying? You got to be prepared to be an outcast of society, hated by everybody.
You gotta be prepared to go to the field and eat flowers.
Yeah, like
You know what I'm
Ezra.
You know,
Forage for berries.
wild honey and locusts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be prepared to just go and live a lifestyle that's gonna be completely foreign and uncomfortable to you, because you're not gonna have the luxury of being a part of the society anymore. You don't have a way to pay for bills. You don't have a way to buy food or to pay for gas. You see what I'm saying?
You looking like these
have
bums out there.
you just like the bums.
Yeah.
All right. The bums might be better because they might have a chip.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They gotta get that snap.
Right.
But yeah,
Yep. It says, "As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of the Heavenly Father Yahweh, which is in Mashiach Yahushai our Lord."
You got those 7,000 that have not bowed the knee to Baal that will stand firm in that day.
That's right.
yeah,
Complete number of men.
yeah. There's nothing that can separate the elect from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And look at Stephen as a good example. You know, he and facing his death. You know, he was fixated on the Lord, man. You know, so that's the type of spirit we got to be in. If death presents itself, all right. But this is a time to prepare for that, if it comes to that, because you got these other Israelite groups that they don't even think Jacob's trouble is in the. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That was for 70 AD.
yeah,
That's
man.
why the scriptures speak about the virgins. You know what I'm saying? The wise virgins and the foolish virgins. Because the ones that's not, if you're not right now trying to the best of your ability, prepare your mind for this trouble that's coming. You know what I'm saying? If you're not doing that right now, then you have no chance when it's final year. It's too late to bro. That's like going running without stretching.
Yeah. That's
You
crazy.
didn't even try to stretch. You
That's
just
crazy
gonna
work.
go straight into a run.
That's crazy work.
Like that's what these guys are gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I did that before, not running, but this one cat that was in the camp years ago. We had a class. We was in college when we was in college. The fucking we had a health class, and the lady, the health instructor lady, our teacher was trying to convince us, the class, that there's no need for static stretching. You know, a quick little warm up is it. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, hell no, you know. But the individual was like, no, dude, that works. So I tried that once before we played some football, man. Man, hell no. I pulled something, bro. That shit was fucked up for like 3 years.
Damn.
Well, longer than that, actually. It just remnants of, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Still feel it
damn,
every now and
yeah.
then.
You know, it's cool now, but bro, like, fuck no, never. And I knew it too. I was like, man, I should stretch. But I was like, let me not be closed-minded. Let me actually try to see if this shit works. No. You know,
Full hamstring.
Oh, yeah,
I already
yeah,
knew. I already knew.
yeah,
I
like,
already
you,
knew.
fuck.
I know
Bruh,
exactly.
He
what
probably
he was
didn't even
talking
have you
about.
doing it for long, huh?
But like, nah.
You got to do it like a 30-minute warm up. You can't do no 5-minute.
Out there trying to run and shit, full speed, full
Cold as hell.
It's
never
like
again.
it's a fucking like a rubber band, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna snap something.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But that's how individuals are you know, they're sitting here talking about we're scared to come outside because in Jacob's trouble, we, you know what I'm saying, because we're not sitting here practicing police takedowns. We're not at the gun range.
Punching trees
right?
with your bare knuckles.
Because we're not doing all climbing up hills and yelling in parks. Because we're not doing
Chopping
that,
rocks.
we're not preparing ourselves. And it's like, no, we're getting our mind ready to really go through hardship. All right, because all that, okay, you can be out there doing all these workouts and okay, good, you can do 15 pull-ups. That's great for you. All right, but that's not really preparing you for any type of scenario. We're preparing ourselves for any type of scenario that the Heavenly Father can place before us, that we will still maintain our integrity in the sight of Yahweh Shem Shai. That's our focus.
Yeah.
It's not, our focus isn't on being able to be an expert shooter. You know what I'm saying? That may or may not help you. You know.
Think about Psalms 91. It says the secret place. Is the secret place a workout gym?
Right.
You know, is a secret place
A range,
somewhere
going
where
to
you're
the
shooting a
range.
gun?
The,
And,
the
Learn how to
fucking
make
the
fires.
takedowns.
Yeah.
The 3-man takedowns.
We see this. We see it ain't the range, because Paul Light thought the secret place was the range, and he shot up the Bible when you see where his ass is at. now.
What is that trigger finger doing him any good behind the bars? You see what I'm saying?
No.
Now, if he had a proper mind, that would still benefit him, even if behind bars. You see what I'm saying?
Shit, he ain't not till for 10 years.
Like 7 to 10 or something like that.
He gonna be in there when the chip come out.
He gonna get out and link up with Alizé.
He gonna already have the chip.
He gonna come out with a wearable and shit.
Yeah, I got him because I want it.
I got 2 of them joints.
One inside, one outside.
And a neural link.
I'm smarter than all y'all now.
Hey, I got a quick brief for you. This is Proverbs 22.
Calling on that Egyptian god of wisdom.
Horse.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 22 and 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself,
Yeah.
but the simple pass on and are punished.
Hey, a prudent man seeth the evil and he hide himself. That doesn't mean he's going and playing hide and seek in a corner somewhere. That means that he's removing himself from where that can get to him.
Yeah.
All right, we're removing our mind to where that M.O.T.B is even going to be appealing
No
to us.
questions.
You know what I'm saying? It's out of you have to be in that mindset that I would, if I have to, I'm going to die rejecting that. You have to be in that mindset.
Gladly.
You got a doubt on
Yeah.
that? It's a wrap.
You don't have nothing
That,
here. Nothing here. Oh, it's
lucky.
nothing here, man. Ain't nothing here for you to be like, I
need
gotta
to live
stay
for
back
this.
and
Right,
I
ain't
gotta
no
live for this.
fucking-
Why? For what?
Right.
What? To go slave every day?
Wait, bro.
Yeah.
To be
the
upset
fuck
with the
out
weather.
Straight up, bro.
That's really you want to stay here to be upset with the weather?
Yeah,
when
man.
When it's
Fuck.
sunny, you mad. When it's raining, you mad.
Yeah.
All right. When it's cold, you mad. When it's too windy, you mad. Like
All of the above.
that's what you want to be here for. So you can complain about the fact that there may or may not be any shade at the picnic table.
So you can be broken and fucking barely
Moving up in the
surviving.
job.
Right.
Having a higher position in the fucking job.
So you can make 15 cents more.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. Like sometimes the Esau give you a raise of 15 cents. Like you
15
bastard.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's gonna do
That,
anything.
you're a
for you, bro.
bastard, bro.
That-
Like you give somebody a 15-cent raise, you're a piece of shit. Man. You are a low life. You know what I'm saying? Like 15. What the fuck? I can understand if you know what I'm saying the dollar was worth something.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, fucking 60, 70 years ago. I can
Yeah.
understand that.
Yeah.
But now that's like that's a spit in the face. Man.
Back when you could feed the whole family for a quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15
when,
cents.
when
is something.
5 cents was a can't get
Right.
you can get a
Shit, even in the
nickel
90s,
candy, penny candy.
15 cents would have been something.
Yeah.
15 cents would have
You
been
know what I'm saying?
something
Because
back in the 90s.
you getting a meal for less than $5, like for $2.50.
Right.
Yeah, nowadays that 15 cent was spent before it even got into the damn bank account.
Because that meal that was $2.49 back then is now $20.
$21.50 or something.
You know what I'm saying? Damn near $30 really, because they want a tip too.
Hey,
You know what I'm
turkey,
saying?
turkey at 3 pounds of turkey. Yesterday I was looking for dog food. 3 pounds of turkey used to be $10.33.
Yeah.
That shit $20.
What
Golly.
$20.
Hey, the bag of chips. I remember as a kid, $1.07. You can get yourself one of them 99-cent bags of chips.
Yeah,
which was the
the
actual
lunch
bag
bag,
of chips.
yeah.
Right. Now those same chips, is $3, and it's got less chips in it, more air.
less and
More
less
air.
quality
and
ingredients.
less quality of the. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a big chip eater. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Well,
a big
yeah.
chip eater, but you know, just to show the difference in prices.
Absolutely.
But all that's gonna be solved with this chip, because you're gonna get your universal credits.
You ain't
know
even
what
gotta
I'm saying?
work.
You ain't gotta
Get your
you ain't gotta work.
allowance.
You get a whole allowance.
You can stay at home and search the web.
It could be uploaded on the 1st or the 15th. Which one do you want?
Damn.
That's crazy.
And it ain't gonna be basic, as they said. It's gonna be
There's no reason to
grand.
live for
gonna
that
be
shit.
grand.
No reason.
That's how they gonna try to get you.
That's fucked up. Where was that?
We already read that Revelation 3.
Yep.
So let's get Revelation 13. And because you got to remember, we read this at camp too.
Mm-hmm.
And let me read this real quick. Revelation 16:1, it says, "And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, Go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth."
Mm-hmm.
And the first went, all right, and that's a key point, being that it's the first vial to be poured out,
Right.
because the last vial to be poured out is going to be that thermonuclear destruction, all right, those missiles. So between the missiles actually hitting and the chip being pretty much implemented, it has to be some duration of time in order for that grievous sore, that cancer to develop, because it ain't gonna be no overnight thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody just got the chip, and then tomorrow they in the hospital with cancer. Nah, that ain't. They're gonna be used to it. They're gonna be willing to go through whatever that grievous sore, noisome sore. They're gonna be willing to go through that based on the convenience of the chip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna choose the chip over that.
Yeah.
They're gonna know about those health risks from other people that got it and still go through it.
Yeah.
You know?
Like everybody did with the jab.
Just like with the. There you go.
Yeah. And you gotta remember the apostles had mentioned, Apostle Tahar, I know he's mentioned before, that once they make that chip mandatory, like the end's gonna come quick.
Things gonna move fast.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be here. It can be a matter of months, before we end up Albert Rashizah getting delivered up out of here.
But you also gotta have it in mind though, even though it's gonna go fast, like it's gonna be a matter of months. That whole time, those months, we're gonna be, you know what I'm saying, things are not gonna be comfortable for us, So when they do issue that chip and things is moving fast, we're gonna be in a position of difficulty.
Yeah.
It's not like we're just gonna be sitting at home on the couch, you know what I'm saying? Fucking
Chips mandatory.
Right, laughing.
All right.
But just sitting back, chilling and laughing, and we're gonna be in straits, because we're gonna really be being tested.
My first time here.
Yeah. Go ahead. Who was reading?
I think,
Revelation.
yeah, you was reading.
Okay, yeah, Revelation 16:2. It says, "And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image." So, if you, like we said at camp, the ultimate way of worshiping Esau's image is by taking that M.O.T.B. So that is pretty much that's the solidification of you being a anti Yahweh Shai, anti Mashiach, anti anointed, is by you pretty much one of Satan's children if you take that chip. That's you showing allegiance to Shaitan. You know, and the judgment for that is going to be that grievous mark. That grievous sword.
I hate
You
when
know?
they change stuff, man. They change. They
Look
changed
up
blue
look
letter.
up that word sword, 16 and 2.
I'm trying to, but they changed blue letter to where when you tap it, it does weird shit now.
Oh, the update.
That sucks. How do I find that? How do you look up into the word?
Go to interlinear.
They got some weird shit.
Yeah.
Helcos. This is Strong's G 1668. Helcos. It says a wound, especially a wound producing a discharge, pus,
Yeah.
a
So,
sore, ulcer.
Yeah, or a pussy infected sore. You know what I'm saying? Because that chip is not. It's synthetic. It's not it's your body's not designed to have a bunch of synthetic shit just living in it.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
not
Like,
at all. It's organic.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's like having a big ass plastic. You know how you get splinters? You got a fucking plastic splinter in a big ass plastic splinter in your hand or something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's got BPA's in it.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's not your body's not created to take that on. It's gonna fight against it. And really, that pus is nothing more than what your body is secreting to pretty much protect itself from that foreign object
Defense
mechanism. Yeah, you know.
I looked up the word for noisome also. Is there more on that definition?
Just sore,
Okay.
ulcer.
I got I looked up the word for noisome. And the word is kakos. Kakos. It's the Strong's G 2556. It says in the biblical usages, it says of a bad nature, not such as it ought to be. It says of a mode of thinking, feeling, or acting base, wrong, wicked, troublesome, dangerous.
Think about the spirit that's gonna be put on people when they receive that. Like you mentioned, the Kingsman. Read that again.
It says
God lead, man. Fucking the devil in the
it says
flesh,
not
man.
such as it ought to be, of a mode of thinking, feeling, or acting base, wrong, wicked, troublesome, injurious,
Can't wait
pernicious,
till the Lord just destroy all Edomites, man.
baneful.
Just weirdos, man. Salaki.
Any strong definition that says worthless, all right, deprived, injurious, bad, evil, harm,
Injurious,
ill,
causing injury. You know.
wicked, noisome. I mean, that's pretty much it. But
Yeah,
of a
that's pretty much the mark of the wicked.
of a bad nature,
Yeah.
not
You know?
such as it ought to be.
Yeah.
A badge, yeah.
Yeah, your body is not operating as it ought to be because of this device that is been inserted in you, has been put in subdermally into your body, which is gonna lead, like we said, to that grievous sore, that pus, that infection, So it's gonna be crazy for people out here, man. trusting in Esau. Hey, now you know it's gonna be family members, man, that
Yeah.
all these years don't listen to us say, don't take that shit, don't take that shit, don't take that shit, and they gonna do that shit anyways,
Got no other choice.
and then be looking crazy when they realize that what you said was true, you know.
They're gonna first be all on some trying to gloat about it. You know what I'm saying? Social media and shit. Oh, look what I can do. Look what I can. Until you know what I'm saying. Reality hits, and
They
that's
wake
when
up with gangrene on their
yeah,
hand
yeah,
and shit.
yeah. Whole hand about to fall off. Shit swollen to where they can't even move.
Yeah, elephantitis hand shit.
Boils and shit.
Yeah.
Like was that when it was fighting the Philistines and Samuel? They took the Ark of the Covenant.
Oh, they
And
got
when
them
took it,
emerods.
Yeah, they got those boils and all over their body.
Yeah, emerods and shit.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up.
Oh, I did get that word for grievous as well. Y'all want that?
Mhm.
All right, this is a G4190 Paneros. And then the Strong's definition, derivative of G4192, hurtful, evil, properly in effect or influence, and thus differing from G2556, which refers to rather to essential character as well as, okay, get to the point, figuratively calamitous?
Calamitous.
Calamitous. The water.
You pulled a double move, right?
Hey, this word look crazy. Calamitous.
That's some ghetto nigga woman's name. Camalicious.
Just get over here, girl.
That's her stripper name?
Yeah, Camalicious.
Guess what she got? Camalicious.
She got the biggest camel toe west of the Mississippi.
So like, yeah, yo. Also passively diseased, but especially morally.
Yeah, because your body's gonna be not at ease.
Right.
Diseased.
Yeah.
You know, upon taking that shit. Like you ain't even gonna get sound sleep.
Bro, it's
All the damn radiation flowing through your body.
It's gonna fuck with your heartbeat and everything.
Bro.
Hey, all
Heart
of your
palpitations.
Cells, all of your cells in your body are under a certain vibration with each other.
Yeah, certain frequency.
For them to actually be able, for your body to work together as a
Communicate
organism,
and all that.
they have to all be in sync with each other. Because if they're not, it'll start fighting against itself. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna put this foreign thing in there that's just gonna
It's gonna override your whole system.
your whole shit gonna be out of whack, man.
Yeah.
Plus the nanobots from the juice. Oh boy.
Shit. Damn.
And the boost. And the boost,
Ooh.
and the third boost, and the
That's
fourth boost.
that's and what is that? A concoction for destruction.
Yeah.
Check this
That's
out. though.
Satan's cocktail.
You
It
sitting here
says-
trying to drive down the freeway, you wonder why you can't. You want to try to merge over, but you can't. You just got to drive straight and smack into something because you know what I'm saying.
Esau wanted to way traffic to flow one way,
Right,
so
right,
he
right.
he
got
hooked
everybody
up
locked in.
Yeah.
You can't.
You can't
You
move.
can't do nothing. Yo, all you can do is move your eyes.
Lame ass. I don't know what. Lame as hell, man.
You got
i.e.
multicolored hair, man. Like, what do you? What can you do with that other than put them to death?
Chop his head off.
Anyone who got multicolored hair, and I ain't talking
Off
about
with his head.
grays. I ain't talking about grays. I'm talking about
The salt and pepper. Not the salt and pepper.
just multicolored, not natural human hair.
looking like a bag of melted fucking Skittles.
Man, cotton candy. Got cotton candy machine. Go ahead, bro.
Yep. Calamitous, also passively, i.e., diseased, but especially morally.
Hey, yeah, you take that, your morals is all fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like it says in Shalom to those on the comment board.
Shalom.
Like it says in Ezra, second Ezra's, it talks about matter of fact, let's get it. After what was you about to grab after this? Who has some?
I was just getting finished with this.
Okay, yeah, grab second Ezra's 16. Where
Run 60
sacrifice on the idols. It says the offered thing, sacrifice on the
It's
idols.
like 60, 70.
Because those Israelites that find themselves in that concentration camp without the knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, they gonna
68.
willingly like look at all the Latin tribes, right? A lot of the Latin tribes, they don't know what the hell going on. You know, a lot of them Jakes being deported. You know, if Esau got them in a concentration camp before they get sent off to whatever country they going back to, you know, he giving them bologna sandwiches. He ain't giving them turkey or chicken. He gonna give you some shit that he know you ain't supposed to be eating. He gonna give you a dry ass turkey sandwich. I mean, excuse me, pork chop sandwich. You know, with some dehydrated lettuce.
It's gotta be bologna.
Bologna.
Cause pork chop costs money.
It's the actual piece of the pig,
you can get
rather than the
you can get a pack of
hooves and the
bologna.
nose.
Right.
And
You can get a
the
pack
ears.
of bologna for. I don't know how much bologna costs, but I'm pretty sure it's cheap.
Used to be $1.
Yeah, it used to be cheap. So
Yeah, you know.
no mayonnaise on the sandwich. It's just
No,
bread,
just
cheese,
bread.
and meat. You know.
Oh, there ain't no cheese on there unless it's American.
Damn, no cheese.
Unless it's American cheese. Did you want me to finish this before you grab that?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Diseased, but especially morally,
Yeah, your morals is fucked up. Your morals are diseased. If you in a concentration camp, you know, and you listening to Esau, everything he tell you, you eating that fucked up food that you know is pork, because you're gonna have Israelites that's gonna cave and fold under them conditions.
I gotta
And they're- yeah,
Fuck that, I gotta eat.
you know what I'm saying? And
Oh,
then,
pray over.
Look at Boosie, remember?
oh yeah,
Fuck this pork. I mean, he was like, I'm gonna eat this pork. I'm hungry. You know, he got all the money in the world. I'm gonna eat this pork. So like I had to throw that in there.
no, that's the bottom of the barrel shit. And then on top of that, if they hit you with that take that M.O.T.B. If you cave in and take that, morally you're diseased, man. You have low morals.
Culpable, Culpable, derelict, vicious, fashionorous, neuter, mischief, malice, guilt, the devil. A plural.
That was funny to just. That's the last thing I thought I would hear.
Right.
The devil.
That's the masculine version, singular. The devil, or plural, sinners, bad, evil, grievous, harm, lewd, malicious, wickedness.
Yeah.
Man.
So you're gonna be that chip is reserved for the wicked. You know, which is why we've been striving so long to be righteous. And that's an everyday thing, man. You gotta strive for it. You
It's
know?
a constant battle.
Constant.
Because you'll go through periods and moments where you feel really good because you've been on top of shit. And all it takes is one small little slip up to really derail you to where, you know what I'm saying, you serious in your head, you really going through it, man. Fuck, man, I know I shouldn't have did that, man. Why'd I do that? You know? And it'll have you all fucked up until you know the Lord pulls you out of that and you bounce back, man. You know, because righteousness is a decision, and it's got to be a decision made daily, man. You know,
And situations will constantly arise what's going to test your righteousness.
that's right.
You know, how are you going to react to this situation?
Yeah.
Are you going
We
to
want to see.
you're going to give
We wanna
in?
see.
Or
Hey,
you
that's
just
The
gonna-
Lord said we want to see.
That's what it said in Wisdom of Solomon. Let us try him to see what his latter end is gonna be and all that. You know.
That was it on that.
I got a scripture that popped in my mind as we was going through. This is crazy around here.
This is cool. This is a cool little choice, right?
Hey, because it reminded me of this in Joshua. You know what I'm saying?
Look at
This is Joshua chapter 24. Joshua chapter 24, verse 14. It says, "Now therefore fear the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and serve Him in sincerity and in truth, and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood are the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. So that, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's going to come down to. Look, you either choose Esau as your God or serve the Lord. Those are going to be your options, you know? And if it seems evil to serve the Lord because Esau's offering you that pork sandwich, then, you know, do what you do, man. Enjoy that missile fire.
Do you? It's only gonna last for a moment.
Real quick, this is Wisdom of Solomon 2:10. It says let us and this is coming from the standpoint of an Edomite. All right, this is coming from the standpoint of an Edomite. It says, let us oppress or the wicked. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. But the point being that, you know, oppression, because that, you know, forcing Jake to choose between death and that chip, that's a form of oppression. You know? It says, let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. You know? Esau is all about that power. You know? It says, therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous. And that M.O.T.B is nothing more than Esau lying in wait for the righteous, because Israel was created to be a righteous people. You know? It says the righteous is more righteous than his neighbor. If a brother want to find that, Baba Shah, just type in righteous neighbor. Continuing on, verse 12, midway, it says, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objecteth to our infamy, the transgressions of our education. Because everything Esau come with is bullshit. It's pseudoscience. You know, it's not gonna be around forever. All right, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that Esau got is not gonna be something to be obtained in the kingdom.
Right.
You know, 5G connection and fucking you know, the technology that Esau depends on now. That's not gonna be something that's coveted in the kingdom.
Monsanto.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Splicing shit and
Splicing.
eel genes and fucking strawberries.
That's kind of why he's going
Seedless
so hard.
fruits.
Yeah.
That's kind of why he's going so hard in the direction that he's going in, because he knows that everything he has is very temporal, and it's not supposed to be here. So that's why
He knows he had but a short time.
Yeah,
Right?
that's why he wants immortality. You know, that's why he wants to be able to upload his consciousness onto a hard drive.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Fucking weirdo.
Yeah, he is weird. Esau's weird, man. Hey, it's funny because the scripture says two different manners of people. And you can see that it's night and day. Jacob and Esau, man. Because everything they do is strange. Everything,
bro.
strange.
Even
It's
when
like,
they're trying to be all cool.
When they're trying to be cool, they're hella gay. You know what I'm saying?
Hella
They try to
happy.
be cool, and it's hella nasty.
They want to be all touchy feely,
Yeah, man.
get all close. And I was watching an interview with Schofield after his fight. He was in a concession stand and getting some food, and somebody was interviewing him. And so while he's doing the interview, some fucking Edomite came up right behind him and hugged him from behind.
Oh man.
For a couple, like at least 4 seconds, 4 or 5 seconds, hugged him from behind. And his dad's right next to him. And in my mind, I'm like, if I'm Schofield, I'm punching you out. Like, nigga, what the fuck are you, like, nigga, come on, man. That's uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And then your dad is like, bruh, get off my son. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But Esau's weird, man.
Esau's
And
weird.
guess what he was? A small hat.
Small.
Of course. Aha.
They eat. They're
Small
skin
hat.
eaters.
Yeah.
They're skin eaters. You know,
Skinwalkers.
the little skin. For that little fat.
This is Proverbs 12:26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the
That pale raisin skin.
Oh man.
the way of the wicked seduceth them.
Read that
It's
again.
like, yeah, read that.
The righteous is more excellent.
Call it and read it. So
This is Proverbs 12:26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them.
yeah, all these jakes that's lost in this world, trying to be honorary Edomites. You were created to be more righteous than Esau, Edom, your lover, your handler. But Esau's ways have seduced the majority of the jakes around the world, man. Trying to keep up with the Joneses got you dyeing your hair blind. You know, fucking, you know,
Trying to
every
disprove the Bible.
yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Doing all types of manners, things that's contrary to what your power has given you.
Yeah.
And it's, you know,
You trying to run away from the power source.
right.
And run to the devil with his magic.
Right.
He got magic, but you got a actual spiritual power source that you can tap into. But you rather go to this witch, you know, who's lives in a fucking swampy cave, and you can hear water dripping, echoing. You know what I'm saying? Just some old demonic ass.
She cutting off
Petra-
snake heads and dipping it
Yeah.
in the water, and now we can see the
Yeah.
Smoke.
Yeah.
Somehow there's
There's
smoke.
blood everywhere and shit. You know what I'm
Skulls
saying?
and shit.
man.
This bitch ain't.
Bones and
She
shit.
don't
It's
even got
just-
a
it's
toilet.
just-
She
it's
go
just-
shit in the corner and shit.
It's just bare wax.
Smell like
for
shit in
candles.
there,
It's
yeah.
like, how'd you get that wax?
Yeah.
How'd you get that? How'd
Yeah.
you get that?
Yeah.
It's just bare ass wax
Yeah.
for candles.
That drips from the ceiling.
Just dripping.
Yeah. It's
Tight.
like what's the process with clouds and rain? When it's recycled, precipitation.
The water cycle, yeah.
What is it called? It's the water cycle, but
Precipitation.
Precipitation when water
Yeah, it goes
up.
back. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's how the candles work in that bitch's cave.
Or no, excuse me, evaporation.
Evaporation.
And
Evaporation.
precipitation.
Yeah, there we go.
you know,
Yeah, all them things.
the circle, the circle of water.
The water circle cycle thing.
Y'all know what we talking about.
You know, y'all went to school.
Y'all went to school.
Paid
you
half
seen it.
attention to it.
You
like
seen
we
that?
did.
There's an arrow going up this way. There's an arrow going down that way.
Circle.
And then it's going out to the ocean and it's coming back.
Right. But now they just spray shit in the sky. Now,
Yeah.
so that's
It's
You got
fucking
arrows
deadly.
coming out of everywhere now.
You saw think he Bob Ross and shit.
The arrows is just scattered in the sky.
Just pointing down.
I'm gonna paint something today. I don't know. We're just gonna mix some shit together, hit them with it, and see what kind of clouds we're gonna get.
Instead of a tic-tac-toe,
It's-
We're
Damn.
gonna do 666.
what a devil,
He saw
man.
the dough, man.
Esau is a devil.
So like it.
Okay.
Oh, go say what you gonna say.
No, I'll just say this shit.
Yeah.
Once you think about this shit, this is diabolical.
Yeah.
Like they said, it's diabolical.
You just gotta laugh at the shit.
That's
We under the rule of a damn
Tyrannical
205.
205.
205.
205.
Papa Bravo.
A damn, yeah,
yeah.
205 with the spirit of a 195. Crazy.
Yeah, all you can do is laugh about it to keep from being too upset.
Right.
Because we can't crash out.
Nah,
We would love to.
we got business to
We would love to,
tend
but
to.
we got business to take care of, man. You know, even though we don't like this captivity, we don't like this life, anything about it. We understand that we have to make it through this to be able to really inherit the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So we're gonna put up with this suffering that's only for a short time. I think that's Romans 8 as well. This suffering is only for a short time,
It's temporal.
but what we're gonna receive from going through this is gonna be
It's eternal.
It's far beyond our wildest dreams, man.
Because we would want to go back to the spirit world.
Right.
You know? Like I was thinking
peaceful
of
there.
Toby. Remember Toby went blind and he was like, man, get me out of this.
Yeah, he was
You know,
ready to
I
die.
need to go.
He was ready to- he was
Just
ready
take
to-
me out.
he-
Take
he
me
was
out of
ready.
here. The Most High. Take me out. Yahweh, should be out. I'd rather go home with
That'd
you.
be better. That would be better than this. Shit.
But like Apostle Paul said, I'd rather teach the gospel than
It's more
it's
beneficial.
beneficial.
more
'cause
beneficial.
You know that promise and all that. And you want to, you know, whether you be a martyr or whether, you know, get just taken up and didn't have to go through anything, you know, it's going to be honorable. Because you're still putting in the work. And,
Because there's a labor that's not being forgotten. Our labor of love isn't being forgotten. There's something that we're doing here. And so long as we remain proper servants, you know, our labor won't be in vain.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, real quick, this is Romans 8 and 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High. And really, that's what all of creation is waiting for. They're waiting for us to be Abarazazah, delivered, and it be known, you know, the gods coming out of the sky, you know, coming out of Yahweh's chariot. You know, that's what's going to, you know, get these heathens' minds right. You know what I'm saying? They see the same, which Abarazazah we all included in that. We're going to look different. You know what I'm saying? Like, could you imagine that, them seeing certain spirits or brothers beamed up into the chariot, and it's like in the twinkling of an eye, whether it's Babylon the Great or somewhere else, you know what I'm saying? Because the other countries, you're gonna have Jake being beamed up there as well, and then the heathen looking, or even other Jakes looking like, what the fuck, you know?
Strange and surreal.
Like, where did they go?
Right.
And then, you know, after some time, the elect, after some time, the elect coming back down to the earth. The same way with Yahweh Shai. You know, it said the same way he left is how he's gonna return.
Yeah.
You know, and with the elect, that's what's gonna happen. Same way the elect leave is how they gonna return. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Hey, that was powerful when you had said that. I know you noticed that bird came
Yeah,
down.
yeah, it did. The speak.
And just
yeah.
as you were
Right,
saying that, it was just,
Hey,
it was just hopping around.
The bird
right
was kind
It
of
was
sitting
like,
there trying to listen. It was like, hold on, what y'all talking about? Because I gotta go tell these other robins about it.
Yeah, the creature groaning.
Yeah, his eye was like.
And then something told me to go to Tobit, and I got a little precept. I didn't even plan on this, but this one I had from a little while ago. This is Tobit 8 and 15. Then Raguel praised the Most High and said, O Most High, thou art worthy to be praised with all thy pure and holy praise. Therefore let thy saints praise thee with all thy creatures, and let all thine angels and thine elect praise thee forever. Just going along with what you had said, read. Because all of creation is going to rejoice when the rightful ruler is back. The Creator and His Son and the elect, those that He put forth to make those, when He made those commands that actually did the work to build up everything, everything's going to rejoice in righteousness, that like everything's back in order, it's proper order.
Yeah, think about it, man. This was supposed to be a joyful experience. Being a human is supposed to be it was made for it to be a pleasurable thing, man. But this is miserable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being underneath Esau Edom is miserable. But this is supposed to be, you know, everything was created for our sakes to be able to enjoy it, man. You know? We can't even enjoy the air. Damn.
Esau wants to know everything you're doing. You know, like I mentioned earlier, go back to the Maccabees, man. You know, Esau just wanna know everything everybody's doing. You know what I'm saying?
At all times.
At all times.
Hey, when you're guilty, you kind of gotta know that.
Yeah.
Like, shit, are they plotting on me?
Yeah.
Do they know that I'm the devil? Can they see my horns? I'll put makeup
That's why
on
all
these
these
bitches
Edomites,
today.
when they walk by and shit, be looking all
Ear hustling.
yeah, trying to walk hella close.
Right.
Like, nigga, take your ass, take the long route, the scenic route, nigga.
But that's what we would do.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
would give that courtesy of,
Yeah.
man, I ain't even trying to be in
trying
y'all
to be in y'all
business.
business.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to
Let
get
me
past
stick to the
y'all.
trail.
Right. Right.
Fucking Edomites.
Esau.
Your dog.
We just got here. You just
You
seen
see us
this
walking
dog's
from
been here.
Like, come on, this
You
dog
see,
been running
yeah.
around this whole
This
time.
dog was here before you got here.
Right.
We just got here. You see us with bags and all this, and you gonna ask us if that's our dog?
Right.
You dumb bitch.
Look,
The dog's all wet and shit.
Yeah, the dog
Well, we wet him in the parking lot.
Yeah.
She was just looking. Ooh, look at them. I gotta say something to them.
Hey, we
What
should
can I say? I
Them
can't
some
just say hi.
Hebrews.
If I just say hi, they're gonna think I'm weird.
we should have hit her with the shut the fuck up. Like old boy at camp. Shut the fuck up. Shut.
All right, so
Hey,
who got some?
got
I got this deep sea.
yeah.
No. If you got scripture, go ahead.
Second Edges 16.
And then we'll get the deep seek, then Revelation 13, we'll wrap it up. Because we've been out here an hour already. Hour and 40.
It's Second Edges 16 and starting at 67. Behold, the Most High Himself is the judge. Fear Him, leave off from your sins, and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall the Most High lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble.
And that's coming into the truth is you attempting to leave off from your iniquities. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like the brother said, righteousness is an everyday decision. And coming into this glorious light of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that's you making a conscious effort to separate from iniquity.
Verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you being idle with things offered unto idols.
Right. So when martial law pop off, best believe inside these concentration camps, the shit they gonna be feeding Jake and whoever else is in there. And we see that shit. It might only be just Jacob in that mud for the most part, because you see who's getting targeted for these deportations.
Yep.
They ain't going after Ukrainians.
Look at I think what is it? The Haitians.
Yeah, they're going after the Haitians now.
They going after
Dropping these motherfuckers off in the middle of the ocean and shit.
Yep.
Bro, I seen that video. Like, bro, that's fucked up. In Argentina, they was doing that.
Yeah, they were saying people are just washing up, bound.
Yeah.
Hands and feet bound.
That's
Esau, man, that's
oh man, you felt that? Yeah, bro. Like yeah. That shit right there, boy.
Yeah. Hey, Esau got hell to pay. Man. Hey, and what's going to be funny too is in the kingdom, I think the 2/3 are going to be the ones really giving, really, because they're gonna realize how much they've been deceived, man.
Yeah.
I trusted
Turned
you.
on my own brothers
I trusted you.
for you.
Yeah, they're
you
gonna
did,
be
man.
really mad. They're gonna be big mad. I missed out on this glory because of you. I believed you, Joe Osteen.
Hey, but really, it's fucked up, and we feel that way because there are people.
Yeah.
But really, like, just think about it. Those same individuals, if they were to walk by us at camp, they probably say some shit in Spanish, think we crazy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't even be inquisitive. Shit, we see it every week. Motherfucking, Issachar drive by, be at the corner. They in fucking construction clothes, going to go cut some grass or something, and they just looking at us. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to inquire about what it is. So shit, that's on y'all.
Yeah.
So you getting the judgment that the Lord saw fit for your ass to be dropped off in the Pacific Ocean.
Hey,
washing up.
Bro, that's crazy.
In the
that's how
midst
all
of
the
the ocean.
that's how all the prophets felt. You know what I'm saying? We got love for our people.
Yeah.
But we know it's the Lord's judgment. We can't do nothing for it. All we can do is do our job.
Yeah.
And give them this word unadulterated and straight and skinny. And if they are of the elect, they're gonna get it. If not, they gotta perish. But it doesn't change the fact that we're like, man, the devil's fucking up, our brothers and
Because
shit.
that's what, if they could, they would do that to all of us.
You already know.
You know what I'm saying?
They gonna try.
Yeah.
You ain't supposed to have that.
Yeah. That I was looking. I was like, that ain't no boombox. Nigga.
Right. You ain't supposed to have that out here.
I thought I was gonna see Corona, but
Supposed to have a cooler, nigga.
Right. Oh, cheap ass.
the fucking
They
heathen.
on
But
a
if it was
budget. They on a
Jake
budget.
though,
They on a budget.
if it was Jake though,
Yeah. If it was Jake, all these Edomites that's around here
Park
would call.
Ranger.
yeah.
Is that your dog?
Is that your dog? Are you getting your dog drunk?
Yeah.
Going back to second Edges 16 and verse 69, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach.
Yeah. If you listen to the devil, hey, you're dumb. You're gonna be confused. All right. Esau is not the end all be all. He's not the all knowing grand mason of knowledge or whatever you want to say. He's the devil, and he's good at just making some shit up and making it sound, bro. Esau, bro. Imagine all the times growing up that Esau has lied to you and you actually believe that shit.
Right. Like everything he told you about space.
School? No, I'm talking about just personally, like going from school, a so-called acquaintance at school, or going to the store as a child. Esau telling you something, and it's like he just flat out lying to you, but you think it's the truth because it's Esau, this is real.
Right.
Like, bro, you now we in the times where if you consent to whatever Esau is throwing out there, you gonna be had in derision, confusion. He gonna fuck your mind up, man.
Just say him not by thee. Hey, that tells you in I believe that's Proverbs that the fear of the Lord is to depart from evil, and or hate the evil way or something along that effect. Esau is the evil way. That motherfucker, everything he has is straight up against the Heavenly Father. It's best for you to have the least amount of interaction with him as possible. You know, you got to see him at work. You got to see him, if he's your landlord or something like that. But outside that, man, fuck them. Leave them be.
Yeah, this is Proverbs 8:13. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is to hate evil, pride, arrogancy, and the evil way, and the forward mouth do I hate.
Who got the most forward mouth on the planet?
Esau, Edom.
Esau, Edom.
The liar.
He's a man. He's worse than a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and inside every Edomite, there's a little girl. So I guess
He wants to be a
Same
woman.
difference.
that makes sense, right?
Yeah, Esau wants to be a woman, so
That makes all the sense in the
Sally.
world.
Michelle.
Karen.
How'd you know?
How'd you not shut your gas?
An 8-year-old dress.
oh
That's how I see
golly.
it, an 8-year-old
That
dress.
shit, that nigga be just
Yeah,
in.
The
That's what
last two niggas.
That's what they'll do for the Halloween. That's the first thing Esau want to do for Halloween is go put on a woman's outfit
Yeah.
so they can live out that fantasy.
Get some toilet paper and put it in his bra and shit.
Right.
Looking like
Balled up tissue.
Oscar De La Hoya and shit.
Oh yeah,
Oh shit.
that. Going back to 2nd Edges 16, and I'm gonna do 69 again. It says, "And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and reproach."
Proverb of reproach.
And they
Did it say proverb of reproach
no,
or
it just
reproach?
say in a reproach.
Oh, so like
In a reproach and trodden underfoot, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
Yeah, so those that fear the Lord is the target. You know what I'm saying? Esau, because the ones that fear the Lord, that truly fear the Lord, is going to be breaking down what the M.O.T.B is.
Right.
So even for Israelites who, they ain't necessarily breaking down the M.O.T.B, how much of a threat really are they to Esau?
Right.
And on top of that, he got them in the back pocket. But those that truly fear the Lord ain't dealing with none Esau got going, and is exposing Esau's M.O.T.B. That's the ones he want to drop off in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
He wants the ones that's uplifting the name of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Because the ones that's if you ain't even keeping it funky on the name of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, you ain't keeping it funky on the M.O.T.B.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't keeping it funky on anything other than, okay, yeah, you might be telling people that they're Israelites, but you're not actually leading them back to the Heavenly Father or to his beloved Son. So if realistically, the ones he want out of there is going to be the ones that's going to be, bringing forth the name of Yahweh Shai and keeping it real. That's the ones he want out of there because it starts off with that name. We here at Great Millstone, we're going to magnify that name as much as possible because we understand that this isn't about us. Don't come, Great Millstone got the truth. Well, Great Millstone got the truth through Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Was you still reading on them?
Verse 71, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. And then shall they
imagine all the possessions, like all those people that got deported. What happened to their possessions?
Yeah.
The house, the car they got, the fucking the furniture, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Had a whole wardrobe. Right?
yeah, Jordans. The Mexicans, they be wearing them Jordans, Team Jordans though. You know what I'm saying?
Team Jordans, and they gotta have a couple pairs of Pumas and the
Yeah, the
Adidas.
Reeboks are the nights.
Right.
Some Cortez.
The Reebok or the Nike.
Somebody blowing dough.
Somebody
Man,
blowing dough
blowing
out of
dough.
nowhere though.
You beaming?
Like, we don't even see the person. That's crazy.
Well,
Who's that? Them over there drinking?
Yeah, that shit is strong too.
Nah, yeah,
That's some Bammer.
That's some whack ass shit.
That's some Bammer. Yeah. But anyways, go ahead.
It says, verse 73, 2 Ezra 16:73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire.
Hey, it says they shall be tried as the gold in the fire, man. It's not gonna be a cakewalk. See, hey, a lot of Israelites think that it's about to be a cakewalk, bro. It's not about to be. This is about to be tough. It's about to be the toughest thing you ever experienced in your life.
To come outside.
Right. That's what they. It's like, nah, bro. Hey, this is not about to be easy, man. Yo, you gonna be hungry.
It's gonna be a trial of faith.
It's gonna
Like
be a trial.
really think of that. A trial of faith is that goes deeper than your flesh, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like your flesh is, a lot of these people, bro, they don't really understand how spiritual life itself is. Your existence here on planet Earth, they really don't understand how spiritual it is.
Mm-hmm.
But during that time of temptation, that's when it's going to be really, really manifested. Go ahead, though. All up in my business.
You got more on that clock?
Yeah.
Damn, like why? Like what? For
Every
what?
time, bro.
What? For what? Oh, fake ass titties.
Cover, get dressed and leave. Like,
And then just they looped the first time. But
Yeah, but then they want to hug close to the bench, leaving up out of here. And then when they get close around us, they want to stop talking so they can hear it. Like, get your ass out of here, y'all. Played out. And that nigga look like he fucking functioning meth addict.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
he's into the weird shit.
Functioning meth
Going back
addict.
to hit the pipe right now.
Hey,
That was a blast, baby.
All this water got me meth hungry.
They had to go take their weekly bath.
Damn.
They
Yeah.
had to go take their weekly
Summertime, we can bathe now.
Right. Nasty motherfuckers. Go ahead, bro.
doesn't it remind you of Petra?
Oh man.
Oh, Petra,
Verse
how we miss you.
74. It says, "Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord."
Still like I was reading about Petra earlier.
Oh, is that what you was reading inside the book?
Yeah.
I noticed that you was reading in the book. Because when I first walked out, I was like, how's he reading the book all sideways like that? I was like, you can't read your apocrypha like that, bro. What are you doing? But then I was like, oh, that's not his apocrypha.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
that
I
must
was
be
reading the
looking at
Atlas.
maps.
Yeah, the Bible Atlas.
Verse 74. "Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same."
Yeah, the days of trouble, Jacob's trouble, man. That's a precept.
The Lord said he's going to deliver you from the same, though.
Mhm.
All right, that's why it's best just to keep your trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahshua.
Yeah.
Even though it's going to be a little rough, even though your flesh is going to be trying to play on you, you got to keep your spirit intact. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Last one is 75. It says, "Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your God."
Be you not afraid, neither doubt. For the Most High is your guide. You just, it's you gotta stop trying to kick against the current of the river, man. You just gotta float. You know, the lazy river. Every water park got a lazy river. You know, in Oklahoma, it's called the water park's called Whitewater Bay, and that's like one of the main attractions, the lazy river. You know, as a parent, you go there. That's what you just about to sit in that
Sitting there,
motherfucker, just
yeah,
floating
just
around,
float.
waiting to see your kid run past at some point. You know what I'm saying? Just chilling.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, the lazy river, you just gotta, sometimes you gotta float and allow the Heavenly Father to move you the way He's gonna move you, because sometimes you might get in your own way. You know what I'm saying? Trying to fight the current. You know.
Look at the Northern Kingdom when they came over. The Lord, calmed the storms and all of that, whatnot, before the waters can pass. They got over it.
Yeah, as scriptures say, force not the course of the river.
Force not the course.
You know, we're in the times where we literally just operating on sheer faith.
That's
You
it.
know, there's no certainty with anything here in Babylon. You know what I'm saying? We just depending on the Lord.
Yep.
That was it.
So who has something?
I got the deep seek.
Okay, yeah, read that, then let's get Revelation 13, then get up out of here.
All right. So this is in DeepSeek. The prompt that I gave it was, what benefits do humans have in receiving the RFID chip underneath their skin? It says the idea of implanting an RFID radio frequency identification chip under human skin is a topic of debate. With proponents highlighting potential benefits, while while critics raise ethical, privacy, and health concerns. Here are some of the claimed advantages of having an RFID chip implanted in the body. Number 1, convenience and efficiency. Keyless entry, unlock doors, home, office, cars with the wave of a hand.
That's lazy.
Convenience.
That's you're just lazy. You don't want to open your own door with a key. You're late. You don't need to be on planet Earth. Go back to the spirit world.
It's just like
Kill yourself already.
It's just like not ever wanting to put your pin into your phone.
Yeah.
Always just want to use the fingerprint or the iris scan or whatever. Like, man, hey, put your pin in the phone, man.
Yeah.
You know. Cashless payments. Make transactions without carrying cards or phones. Access control. Replace badges or keys for secure areas, e.g., workplaces and gyms. Number 2, medical and emergency uses. Instant medical records. Stores critical health data. Allergies, blood type, conditions for emergencies. Tracking medications. Could help with dosage reminders or monitoring compliance. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Compliance. Right. Monitoring
Compliance with what?
Oh, you didn't take your dose today?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It says locating missing persons, useful for Alzheimer's patients or children through GPS, or though GPS would be better. Which it's trying to formulate ways to promote it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, you won't lose your kids and stuff. How big of a? That's not a big enough issue for you to be like, yo, I'm gonna chip my kid because I'm afraid of losing them at Walmart. You know what I'm talking about?
This is crazy.
Keep a better eye on your kid, man.
Stop being a piece of shit and get off your phone.
Right, get off your fucking phone and watch your child.
Yeah.
It says enhanced security, biometric authentication could be used alongside fingerprints or facial recognition for high security access. Reduced identity theft, harder to lose or steal compared to a physical card. Futuristic integration, IoT, Internet of Things. It says connectivity could interact with smart devices, e.g. turning on lights, adjusting the thermostat, using the chip to adjust the thermostat. That's madness. That's madness. It says workplace efficiency. Some companies like 3 Square Market in the US have tested chips for logging into computers or buying snacks. Personalization and lifestyle benefits. Event access. Replace concert or festival wristbands.
So this nigga just
I know.
This nigga, that's like a third,
Like
fourth
a
time.
police officer and shit.
He looks like a military man.
Like fucking jarhead.
Customized experience could store preferences for hotels, airlines, and blah blah. Okay. So controversies and risk. It says despite these potential benefits, there are serious concerns: privacy risk, tracking without consent, data breaches or government surveillance, health risk, infection, implant rejection, or long-term effects of electromagnetic exposure.
Yeah, the long-term effect of having a fucking microchip emitting electromagnetic frequencies in your body is going to lead to that grievous sore that we read about.
Yep. It says ethical and religious concerns. Some view it as a step towards a loss of autonomy or even the mark of the beast in Revelation 13 and 16 and 17. Hacking vulnerability. RFID signals can sometimes be intercepted or cloned. All right. So then I said, well, what health concerns could be linked towards this? It says, implanting an RFID or NFC chip under the skin reveals several health concerns, though the risk depends on factors like the chip's design, placement, sterilization, and long-term effects. Here are the main health risks associated with subcutaneous RFID microchips. Subcutaneous. I'm pretty sure I read that correctly. Subcutaneous, right there. It's like
Yeah,
cutting under.
cutaneous, yeah, subcutaneous.
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 It says infection and inflammation.
Mm.
Surgical risk, improper insertion, using non-sterile tools could lead to bacteria infections, staph or MRSA, chronic inflammation.
Or MRSA.
I think so.
Chronic inflammation. The body may treat the implant as a foreign object,
Duh.
causing persistent swelling, pain.
it may treat it as a like what?
It says
talking
causing persistent swelling, pain, or granuloma.
Granuloma.
Granuloma formation. I don't know what granuloma is. But, tissue damage and migration, chip movement. The implant could shift under the skin.
Granuloma.
Yeah, that's like loma. What is loma?
Yeah, because you got melanoma, you got a lot of lomas.
Yeah, it's really doing the most. But yeah, come on, let's wrap this up.
It says chip movement. The implant could shift under the skin, leading to nerve damage, discomfort, or difficulty removing it. Scarring and fibrosis. The body may encapsulate the chip in fibrosis tissue, potentially causing pain or interfering with function. EMF or electromagnetic field exposure. Low risk to unclear long-term effects. RFID chips could use very weak radio waves, but some worry about prolonged EMF exposure near sensitive tissues, e.g. near the nerves or blood vessels.
Cause you like, bro, they put this chip in you, and that shit's close to like your nerves, like a major artery, or your nerves. You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna fuck stuff up, man.
Bro, imagine.
It's kind of gonna be like a lightweight electrocution.
You use your hands for everything, bro. So you're gonna be putting that. Okay, maybe it's located here, but every time you got your hand on your thigh, now that's going towards all other kind of areas.
Yeah,
and shit.
You'll be bumping that shit.
You know
on
what I'm talking
everything.
about?
When you're sleeping,
Yeah,
you
you
sleep on your hands.
Yeah.
You know, you sleeping like this and shit. Now it's all on your head. You know, because you sleep on your arm. I sleep on my arm sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
Shit.
It says interference with medical devices potential. Though unlikely, interference with pacemakers or insulin pumps if placed too close. Allergic reaction, biocompatibility issues. Most implants use medical grade glass or polymer coating, but some people may react to nickel or other materials in the chip. MRI and medical imaging risk.
Hey, so it said other people might react.
To nickel or other materials in the chip. Just
Yeah, you don't know because you ain't. Like, bro.
You know,
Crazy
and it
shit,
can
man.
cause. Hey, the chiropractor.
Oh yeah.
The chiropractor was enough to do the boy in. So
He did him in, okay? From the neck down, he done.
let me see. Long-term unknowns. Oh, it's saying that MRA and medical imaging risk. They contain metals that could heat up or distort imaging scans, and doctors may require removal before MRA or X-ray visibility. Okay. Long-term unknowns. No long-term studies. Yeah, since it's not implemented yet. Since human RFID implants are still experimental, the effects of having one for decades are unknown. Potential for corrosion, breakdown. Will the chip's casing degrade over time, releasing materials into the body?
You already know that's what's gonna happen
Already.
off the bat.
Oh man.
Boy.
But
So this is the last thing I'll read of it. I asked it, can it cause cancer? Okay. It says the potential for RFID chips under the skin to cause cancer is a debated topic, but current evidence suggests the risk is extremely low or negligible. And here's why: no direct evidence of carcinogenicity.
Carcinogenic.
No studies have shown that RFID implants cause cancer in humans. The RF radio frequency waves used in these chips are very weak, similar to contactless payment cards, and non-ionizing, meaning they don't damage DNA like UV rays or X-rays. Non-ionizing radiation, RFID chips operate at a low frequency, usually around 125 kilohertz or 13.56 megahertz, far weaker than cell phones or Wi-Fi. The World Health Organization classifies such RF exposure as possibly carcinogenic, the same as coffee and pickled vegetables, but only for high prolonged exposure. It's going to be in you 24/7. You know what I'm saying?
And then it's gonna be amplified when it's around other electromagnetic shit.
Or when it's picking up
close
that
to the-
data,
yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, from the towers and whatnot. It says, but only for high prolonged exposure, IG, heavy cell phone use. Come on, everybody's in heavy cell phone use. You got to use your cell phone for
Well, think about
everything.
it, is data's like on your cell phone. You get constantly getting notifications from YouTube and
Yep.
whatever social media site. Somebody calling you, somebody
News articles.
continue, and then once you're going around the towers, it's linking up to it. So like, you're gonna be a walking.
It's a conduit. It's a conduit for fucking that evil ass energy.
Says bigger risks are physical, not cancer related. The main concerns remain infection, migration, the chip moving, and then rejection, allergic reactions. And that's pretty much the point. Based on current studies, RFID implants are not considered a cancer risk. However, since the technology is still relatively new in humans, long-term studies of 20 years plus are lacking. That's pretty much the point, though.
So let's get Revelation 13, which is self-explanatory.
You want to start at 14?
Start at 50. Yeah.
Because what he was reading this, what brother was just reading this, going into those miracles, and because they're gonna be like, oh, you can do this, and you can do this,
Yeah.
Revelation 13 and 14.
You don't need car keys. You don't need a wallet. You could just put on some pants and walk out the door. You know what I'm saying?
13.
I want to pay with you everywhere.
Right. I'll pay with you everywhere. What was that, Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
You said start at 13.
He could, because he's talking about the magic and the technology.
What? No,
that's fire
13.
from heaven.
13 is talking about NATO and Kosovo
Right.
in 1999.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Revelation 13 and 14, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Yeah, that's the whole revived Roman Empire. America is nothing more than Rome reincarnated, and how they want to commemorate, ancient Rome is by actually having, this device being the icing on the cake, so to say. Because think about it, Rome went OD with trying to control every they went OD trying to control everybody. You know what I'm saying? To where they spread themselves thin. So now, via NATO, U.S., NATO, so on and so forth, Esau believes he can actually accomplish that this time via that microchip. So that's why it goes into the miracles and the power on the side of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by the sword and did live. So all this AI, that's this motherfucker's image, man. That's pretty much Esau.
It's cherry on top.
Yeah, he made a fake god. How the Heavenly Father is in the spirit world and omnipotent, omnipresent, see everything, know Esau literally on some left hand shit did that, called it AI, and that's what he's presenting.
In his image.
And
Verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and calls that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Comply or die.
That's the slogan.
Comply.
That's the whole slogan.
That's
You can
the
see that
whole-
shit. You can see that shit on billboards.
Oh, that's gonna be everywhere.
You can hear it on the radios. You know what I'm saying? Comply or die.
Make the
Like
right
the
choice.
little square stake signs on the ground as you drive by.
right. The vote yes on
Yeah.
comply or die, right?
You getting those text messages to your phone?
Yeah, comply or die from some random number and shit.
This is your Washington State
They got a wrong
State
number.
Attorney General. Comply or
No, it's
die.
gonna be one of them
Stamped on your
lieutenant
mail.
colonels that just got put in
Oh,
Palantirs.
Or
This
meta-
is the Lieutenant Colonel for your FEMA region.
Yeah.
Comply or die.
Comply or die.
This is Lieutenant Colonel Asswipe. Comply or die. You know.
Comply or
Comply or
die.
die.
This one.
Verse 16, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and the number is 666.
Right, which is 666. You know, which that's the numerical language that's on every barcode, whether it's inside a microchip on the back of a book, on something you buy from the stores. That's a UPC, the Universal Product Code. That's how products are pretty much tracked.
Yep.
All right. So each barcode has a numerical language in it, and you know, those barcodes is inside of microchips. You know, so through the spirit, that's how we know what you know, Esau's number is. Okay.
What the hell is even that?
What the hell? What the hell he on?
Terrible. You don't.
Hey, but
Good.
don't take that chip, man.
You've been warned.
All right.
Don't
Comply or
take the chip.
Don't comply.
Hey,
Don't comply.
realistically, pray to the Lord, man. Pray to the Lord that He strengthens you in that day to where you don't take that chip, because it's going to be something that's presented to everybody. It's going to be a serious temptation that's going to be here upon the earth, you know.
Mhm.
So only through the strength of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai will you be able to resist it.
Can I read this one real quick for a little bit of hope? All right, this is
Bring
Hey,
us
hey.
home with some hope.
Keep hope alive.
yeah,
Bring
that's
us
right.
home with some hope.
Revelation 15:2, and I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having harps of the Most High.
Yeah, having the harps of the Most High.
Yeah.
You know.
And
So-
that is, I'm sorry,
Go ahead. No, you
I was going to say it's beautiful because it tells you that there's going to be some that do receive the victory
That's it.
over the beast.
Yeah.
There is a way to overcome. Okay, so you know that should be uplifting, because that now you have a goal that you can strive towards. You know what I'm saying? Be inspired by. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not as if it's like, hey, this is a closed cut case. Nobody's making it through. Nah,
What
that's
the
not the
fuck was
case. Some
that?
people will be able to make it through.
We know this to be true. We believe because of our faith that all these things are going to take place. Now our hope is just to be a part of that number.
That's it. That's it.
Just like everything we pray for, hey, you know, we know the kingdom's coming. We know Yahweh Shai is going to rule in the kingdom. Our hope is we want to be a part of that number, to be delivered and saved from the destruction.
Because the Heavenly Father has been merciful unto us and given us the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding. We have the names. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot going on for ourselves that puts us in a good position to be able to stand against that evil time. And we just got to maintain the course.
Yeah, we got works that can prove our faith, as Paul said.
Whatever was written before time was written for our learning.
Yes, sir. All right, so with that, we're going to wrap it up. And Abarazazah, brothers was edified. Till next time, we say Shalom.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. I said shalom like 20 times. I was like, hey, all right.